Welcome back to the Let Us In podcast. We are going to do a quick bonus episode for you guys.
You thought you got rid of us, didn't you?
But we're going to react to some news. So, news. Breaking.
I like it.
Thank you. We're going to talk about
you know when they did
We're going to talk about Scream 6 news as well as watch and react to the Munsters trailer and Orphan First Kill trailer. And I still haven't watched the full Munsters trailer either. So this is first time.
neither.
Okay, quick. Anybody love or hate Rob Zombie, or we're all kind of like, it matters. It depends.
I'm 50-50 actually.
I'm 50,
Yeah.
Be Crystal.
Yeah,
He does not bother me. Yeah, he does
so
not.
No strong
me.
feelings either way.
I think that they're horror fans, fellow comrades of horror.
Have you guys seen them live?
No.
Oh my god, the best live show I've ever been to. It's so fun.
Oh.
At some point, I think we should dive into some Rob Zombie works.
Oh, I wanted to mention that we should do a Rob Zombie episode.
We should. We should.
Smart.
All right, let's watch this trailer. What do you guys say?
Like King Kong.
It is. Straight from the archives.
Oh, it's cool.
Rob Zombie, the director of House of a Thousand Corpses, Halloween, and the Devils of Egypt.
That's my favorite.
The greatest love story ever told.
House of a Thousand's mine.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
He's cute.
Brain of a super genius transplanted into the body of a person.
I love the color story.
I was just gonna say that the colors are nice.
I actually have some background about that later.
A man that every
I like the little angle.
Yeah.
It's like a stain.
I don't like her voice.
I like her dress though.
I can whip you up and down in the land.
Remember what happened last
Grandpa's voice is perfect.
Yeah.
time? I'm gonna go.
Okay. Looking for a vision, a queen, true love. What exactly do you want?
Is Herman Munster in there?
The guy from Law.
I don't like that voice at all. Is German Munster in there?
I knew the moment I laid eyes on you that you were special.
Hot Rod Monster!
If you don't feel the same, I'm just a regular gal.
The color is so good.
It is.
If there's one thing I know, is that the rest of the world melted away.
I hate his voice. It doesn't fit Herman Munster.
He's truly in love.
He's great.
Oh, come on, you know.
Hey,
I
Joe.
know. Now we gotta get rid of that bozo Herman Munster.
Same. This I don't like. Again, they should have zoomed in more.
Huh.
Right? It's just not
It's
quite
very
close enough.
animated.
Grandpa's my favorite.
Greetings from Transylvania.
Why is his voice like a teenager's? I don't like it.
That's a strange way of saying hello.
So I guess we're gonna have to get used to it.
Okay, I have a lot of thoughts about this trailer. I think I was
Yeah.
giving it a lot more slack for this movie. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh, I don't think it's going to be good. Sherry Moon's a terrible actress." And I'm like, you know what though? I feel like if there's anything she'd be good at, it's something like this. And she still managed to botch it.
Yeah, her voice.
It's the
I'm not a
voice.
huge fan. Yeah, she's just seems like a very mid actress to me. Very mid.
I'm fine with it. I like her. I like her voice. It's fine.
I think she looks great. I just think the voice sounds really forced and hard to listen to. Like it sounds strained. She looks great, man. She looks really good.
Yeah.
I always felt like the Munsters was like the Addams Family, but for littler kids. Like the jokes were less smart. It's not a bad thing. It's just for a different. I always felt like it was for a different audience, a younger audience. It's a bit goofier, but it's supposed to be goofier. That's what it's meant to do.
Very Scooby-Doo.
Like Scooby-Doo. So it kind of like in an old show, it's cute, right? A lot of people are like, this looks cheap. I'm like, it looks exactly like the Munsters, the old Munsters to
Oh,
me.
I don't think it looks cheap at all.
Yeah, I think it
At
looks
all.
just like that. And I know a little background detail from the internet, of course. When they were first shooting, Rob Zombie saw the characters and all their makeup and stuff, and they said that he saw how animated they look compared to the normal scenery, and that's why he added so much color. And I
Yeah.
love the color,
Yeah.
but when it comes to the humor, I feel like maybe little kids will like it. I don't know if it's for little kids though. Like, would you say director of House of a Thousand Corpses in front of a kids movie? I don't know.
I would not even picture Rob Zombie doing anything directed towards children.
But then who's this
Maybe.
movie for, really?
I
like
feel
Grandpa.
like
Grandpa's my favorite. I think that guy nailed it.
yeah, he did. I think Herman nailed it too. I think
No,
he sounds
I
great and
disagree. I
looks great.
hate the voice. It's
Well,
hard
I
to.
disagree with you, disagreeing with me.
Oh, I will say I do
Crystal?
love the
Crystal-
color. I love. I'm not gonna touch on that. I'm just gonna say I do love the colors in this. Like the
Yeah,
lighting
the
and the
color
colors
story
was
is
great.
beautiful. Yeah.
But it did look so animated, like for a
color
live
look.
action. Yeah, it's interesting. It's not something that I gravitate to though. Like
better
watch
as a
this.
cartoon, I think. It would have been way
Yeah.
better as a cartoon.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's something that
It's
I'm
funny
just
because
kind
those
of.
are the things I like about it. I'm
No, I
digging
like
that.
the colors. I like
Yeah.
the color.
I
The
do.
thing the
Yeah.
thing I don't like the most, I just think the jokes aren't gonna land,
No.
and also
Yeah.
it's one of those movies like it's not exactly for kids, not exactly for adults. It's
Mhm.
kind of lands in
I'm
a weird
curious.
space, and I
I'm
don't
curious
like
what we're not
Herman's
seeing.
voice. I love Fred Gwynn. I
Yeah.
know no one is gonna be Fred Gwynn. The or the you don't want to bar him up there. No one's gonna be Fred Gwynn, okay? But
Yeah.
the Herman looks
Hmm.
good, but I don't like the voice. I don't know why it's squeaky, like he just went through puberty. Yeah, he's a Frankenstein monster, was probably born not long ago, but still, I don't. It's not
Yeah.
the worst. Someone in my comments, because I watched this trailer on my TikTok before I knew we were gonna do it here. Someone said, it's a perfect movie to show in the background on a Halloween party. I'm like, you know what? You're right. It's perfect. It's very
Yeah.
Halloweeny vibes.
It's
It's
like the
probably gonna be
vibes that we
okay.
go for in our like backgrounds and stuff. It
Yeah.
definitely has that, I don't know, it has that horror vibe that I really like. The essence that we gravitate towards since we were children that we get captured at Halloween time. I think
Mhm.
like the colors and the look and the feel has all of the spooky, lovey-dovey stuff that a horror fan would love. I have
Yeah.
concerns about the jokes and dialogue and the story and how that's gonna land and what audience it's for, like you said, Emma. I'm curious if what he's showing is meant to just be like the fun, sweet stuff from the Munsters that we all remember, the nostalgia, but what we're gonna get is gonna be slightly different, a little bit more adult and
I don't know.
darker. I'm
Yeah, hard to
curious.
say.
My favorite episode of the Munsters is Hot Rod Herman when him and Grandpa enter a drag race, and I would have liked to seen that as a full movie. I don't know. Did you guys remember the 1996, I want to say, TV Munster movie that Marilyn did a
No.
cameo, but there's like no other Munsters. It's like a new Munsters movie for TV.
Mm-mm.
Oh my
Mhm.
god, not good, not good. That also didn't land in 1996. But
Yeah.
I was looking at the cast for this. Elvira is going to be in this movie. She's not in the
Oh,
trailer,
really?
but she's going to be in it.
If it goes in that direction for that audience, I think it'll work. If they
Yeah.
lean into like the Elvira audience and her crowd
I'm
and
the
her
Elvira. I'm
humor,
the Elvira audience. Who are you talking
I
about? I am the Elvira
I
audience.
am talking about us. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they lean into that and the humor is actually more geared towards that crowd and that audience,
Mhm.
I think it'll work. If they keep it this super lighthearted, made for TV children kind of esque humor that we're kind of getting with this trailer, which feels like a recreation of the recent animated Addams Family. I don't know if you guys watched
Yeah.
that.
I've been meaning to. I have been meaning.
So the recent animated Addams Family is really good, actually. Again, targeted for children and animated, but even it has some more like good humor. Like, I don't know why animated films are good at that. They're good at balancing what kids are
You know what
going
this
to
movie?
understand and think is funny, but what adults will also think is funny and like sneak in adult like humor and undertone into it. And if they
Yeah.
could do something like that, then this might be great for kids and family.
You know what
I
movie
don't
this
know what you're
reminds
gonna
me
do.
of? This trailer, anyway. We obviously hadn't seen the movie. I could love the movie. Who knows? That I love. I love. is Hocus Pocus. It has a
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus vibe, but it doesn't. It seems to be missing some kind of je ne sais quoi of Bette Midler, and it's just like it's missing that je ne sais quoi
Yeah.
of Hocus Pocus, which I'm
I
super
wonder what the
excited for
Hocus
Hocus Pocus
Pocus,
too.
I wonder what the Hocus Pocus trailer would look like today, because Hocus Pocus 2 trailer does not look like Hocus Pocus. I mean, it has the
It kind
same.
of does. It kind of
I don't
does.
think so. I don't think
I
so.
haven't
I think
watched it.
it has a whole different vibe, in my opinion. It feels like a vibe for us who watch
But
Hocus Pocus as kids.
yeah, well,
Mm.
it's they know that
Fair.
its biggest audience are kids that are really little
Yeah.
and their parents are going to take it to it, and the millennials that whether we have kids to take to the movie or not are going to go see it because we love Hocus Pocus.
Right.
Yeah,
So if
we
Rob
grew up with
Zombie does that, then sure, this might work. But he has to make it
But it's
much.
an older show. It's tougher.
He-
Like that audience is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Not every millennial loves the Munsters.
No, I don't. I have to admit, I'm not really excited over this one.
He has to be able to modernize it because that humor is not funny anymore. That doesn't work.
No.
It's
The
not
Munsters.
1964.
Yeah, the Munsters is literally on nostalgia. We like to look back at it as a timepiece of 1964. We don't look at it for the humor from 1964 for today. That's not why we watch the Munsters still.
No.
It is a purely nostalgia driven thing. And I think that if he tries to do and recreate it scene for scene like he tried to do with the trailer, and again failed in my opinion, because that teaser of the intro, that bothers me
black and
so
white
much.
one, yeah.
Yeah, if he just would have zoomed in more like the original did, it would have looked good. But it has no impact with that zoom in because it just kind of goes and stops so short. I don't know why
I will say it does capture
clung
the
to that, and
Munsters
it
feel. It
drives me
does. It seems like
crazy.
it's going to be fairly faithful to the Munsters feel, but I like the Munsters, but it's not my favorite. So I'm like, it
Yeah,
doesn't
it's not
really.
mine either.
Yeah, same.
I love
I'm not rushing out.
Adam's Family.
One last thing that irritated me a little bit about this trailer is their treatment of the creature from the Black Lagoon. Why did it look like that?
It did in the show.
It looks so bad. It looks like a
It looked
mask
bad in the
that
show.
doesn't even
It did
fit
in the
somebody.
show.
Yeah, but they could have done better.
They could have. I agree. But I'm just saying it's like I think it seems like he's really going for from the trailer. Could not, but it seems like he's really going for the closest recreation of the Munsters with it telling it kind of a new prequel story.
Yeah, then I'm kind of concerned. I don't think it's going to work. But
My
we'll
guess
see.
is it's going to be okay. Like it's not going to be great, but it's not going to be horrible.
Yeah, it's going to be
I don't think it's
very
going to get picked up for
mediocre.
season 2, so don't get too attached to it.
I think a big issue is that Rob Zombie is doing it, and so I think there's so many Rob Zombie haters out there that
people
Oh,
automatically
the
not
people that
gonna
are
get it.
diehard Rob Zombie
Exactly.
fans are not going to be diehard Rob Zombie fans doing a kids show.
that
I don't
too.
know.
Yeah.
So
I
he's
kinda
not going
got
to
half
capture
and
his
half.
dedicated audience, and he's not going to capture those who don't like him.
Exactly. It's going to be
Those who don't like
I think
him
it's
are
gonna
going to like
fail.
whatever he does. So it's just like, which is fine.
That's
I totally
true.
get
True.
that. Some people
Yeah.
just aren't your like anything they make. It's like, like
This
it's
is
not
quite
my- it's
different
not
from
for
what
me.
he usually
I don't
makes,
think
though.
that I think his weakest part, the weakest thing about Rob Zombie films for me is plot and story. So if you can't do plot and story and character development, I don't think it
What do
shows
you
for
got?
you. But if the visuals is what we're leading on, the visuals are great.
Okay,
I
I
think the
want to hear
visuals
both of
look
your.
good.
I want to hear both of your favorite Rob Zombie movies. What's both of yours?
Devil's Rejects.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
Totally House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked Devil's Rejects.
I
felt
like that one
It's
too,
a better
though.
movie, but House of a Thousand Corpses is more fun to me.
So speaking of recreations and sticking to the OG of things, Scream 6 news came out.
Yeah, it did.
Now, I know, Crystal, you're going to have a lot of different thoughts than me on this, so I'm very excited.
I think
to
so, yeah.
discuss it. I'm a hardcore Scream sycophant, and I'm also kind of a Bettolini Open and Gillette sycophant. So
Yeah.
the combination of my sycophantry is like colliding.
See, and I love Scream so much. It's one of my favorite all-time movies, up from Scream 1 to 4. The new one, I was not a huge fan of. I'm not a huge fan of what they did with it. I am not looking forward to Scream 6 very much. I'm going to watch it, and I'll probably get a little hyped before, but I don't know.
I'm stupid excited still.
So the Scream 6 news is We don't even know if it's actually going to be called Scream!
We don't.
exclamation mark,
We saw a
exclamation mark.
trailer.
Wasn't the last one called Scream?
It was.
It was
The
called
most
Scream.
recent one?
Yeah.
So
this
the new
I was
one is also going to be called Scream?
exclamation mark, exclamation mark, kind of like Scream 2.
Showing 2, yeah.
Which
Oh.
I have an issue with because the very first, I had all these theories of what they were going to call Scream 6. And I said, as long as they don't call it Scream 2, I'll be okay. Now, if they go this route where they do Scream exclamation mark, yes, it's different than Scream 2, but oh my god, stop doing this. They should not have ever called Scream 2022 Scream. I hate them for it. I think it's the stupidest thing they could have done.
Yeah, I like Scream. I'm not as big of a Scream fan as you guys. But how have they not named any of the sequels Screams? Like Screams.
That's what I wanted them to name this one Screams.
And it'd be extra cool if it was with a Z, as I said.
I think. Okay, here, or with a K. Like
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready
no.
for it.
Scream with a K. Scream
And a
with
Z.
K and a
I
Z.
know, and a Z. That's a third one.
Couple things. I think it's hilarious. I think it's super meta, super trolly. I think it's so good. I also think there's a possibility. There's a possibility that that's not what they're going to call the movie at all, and they're testing it on people by leaking a photo of a chair to see because all of the talk has been since Scream came out. What are they going to name Scream? What are they going to name Scream 6? What are they going to name it? And they're now there's a lot of fucking pressure on what we're going to name this movie.
Yeah.
So let's test out a few things.
Because who leaked it? Who was in there that was able to leak that? Like, that's what I want to know.
I don't believe in most leaks. I don't.
Yeah.
I hardly ever believe that's true. I don't see how you could have Scream at all without Sidney Prescott, she's the staple character. That's just we have to do a Scream episode. So
Definitely.
We'll definitely do, especially if we get closer to Scream.
We got to do Scream 6 review. We got to.
I was just
so
excited.
6, aka Screams with a Z. We gotta do a second. We gotta do a review for that. I mean, you guys are like the Scream experts to me, so like you guys, we have to do a review. I'll be a good listener.
I feel like it's super meta. I don't know. For me, it's like I had no idea. I hadn't seen the news until you commented in Discord. Speaking of, if you guys want to join our Discord, we chat about stuff like this and other things in it. Join that. The link is down below.
If you join our Patreon, there's
when you told me in Discord. Oh yeah, and in Patreon you'll get access to even more Discord with even more stuff like movie nights, voice chats, Q&As, vote on content, all sorts of cool stuff. So check out our Patreon. It helps support our channel and it helps us keep going and doing this stuff. So if you want to support our channel, check out our Patreon. You also get merch. So I didn't know about this until Discord. And you said something and you posted like a picture of it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, or no, you just said Screams with 2 exclamation points.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you said. You just typed it. I literally blew past it. I had no idea that you had told me.
I know, because you were like, what's the title? And I'm like, Scream, exclamation mark. And you were like, okay. Like, I know.
You said Scream. And I was like, yes, I know you're talking about Scream.
I'm like, no, that's the title.
And then I said yes. And I was like, is that, you're like, LOL, that's the title. And I'm like, dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Like Sharknado. They named the second one like Sharknado, the second one, you know? It's just like that same energy.
Immediately loved it because it got me. I'm like, it got me. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, in that context, I get it. But I just
so funny.
I understand that Scream is all about the meta stuff, but the way that they like talked about the toxic fandom, like, I am that toxic fandom, I feel like, because I'm hating everything they're doing with this. And I don't like that they're attacking me in these movies.
Oh my god, maybe that's why I love it even more, because to me
oh my god, Crystal's
like
the killer.
The perfect example of modern meta horror humor. Like, I love it. I love it so much.
Eh.
It felt like they talked to the people
All
like
right.
me who are so obsessed with Scream that it could do no wrong. No wrong. Which feels
It's done
like
a lot wrong since the first one. Oh my god, I could go into a long detail. Oh,
It
so
did in
much wrong.
in 2022. It did for sure.
No, oof, most of them. I'm like, how could you make that a series? Anyway.
Yeah, I disagree. Well, yeah, we'll go into
Mm.
this more in a Scream episode.
Mm.
I disagree on that. 1 to 4, fantastic. Wes Craven can do no wrong.
Emma, I
These
don't know
hooligans.
you.
No.
We'll get that. We'll discuss this because for me, this naming convention feels right on par with the scene that they set in Scream 5.
Yeah, it's very mid, so there you go. It's very it's very apart.
I don't think it's mid. I think that it's snarky AF and that's hardcore trolling at its finest in the form
them
of
trying to be
media.
snarky.
That's why
It
I'm
seems
so
to be
mad at them.
working.
They're making a
I
mockery
really don't care.
of-
It's no big deal.
No, I feel like they're making a mockery of this franchise and they're trying to be meta.
Oh my
with being-
god,
being
dude,
annoying
so
about it.
Crystal. They're making a mockery of this franchise. I love
They
you. when you're
are.
like,
Well,
they are making.
I'm being quite harsh
How?
because I
think
didn't
it's so
mind Scream
brilliant
5.
because you can't even criticize it the way you want to without being the person they're making fun of.
I know, and this is my issue.
It's fucking
that-
brilliant. Like,
I know.
They've trapped you. They've entrapped you.
I remember in theater when those scenes started rolling out when they're in the living room talking like this.
They make a mockery of it. I love you so much.
I
for
was
that.
cry laughing in theater. I associated it with Halloween fans more than Scream people. That's what I associated that whole conversation with, was the people who
Interesting.
obsess over Halloween, so much so that one, you can't criticize it, and heaven forbid Season of the Witch.
I mean,
Okay.
that's almost a joke. Okay, that's like an insider joke. Season.
Yeah, but I feel
Exactly.
like they okay, well, stepping away from Halloween, like I feel like they talked so much about the toxic fandom because they didn't want people to criticize their movie because they knew it was bad. This is my whole thought this whole time. They
I
knew
think
that
it's
it was
brilliant.
not going to I think they knew it
I
was
love
not going
it.
to
I
live
love
up
every
to Wes
second.
Craven, and I think that they were like, "Oh, the toxic fandom, they criticize everything." And I think they put that in there to try to divert people like me to saying anything negative.
Well, and that's what people that are fans of the movie, which is totally cool to be a fan of the movie, they're gonna say to anybody that criticizes, like, you're the person they're talking about. It's
I
you.
don't I don't think you're the person that they're talking about. I think it's funny that you I think it's funny, not that you in particular feel this way or think this way. I think it's funny that it causes you to not want to. I think that is
Yeah.
smart. And I think it's funny because I know that you're not a toxic fan. Like, I know you. I know you're
No,
not a toxic fan.
Yeah.
But I know that you're also like not wanting to be associated with toxic fans. So you're like hesitant to even criticize the
Yeah.
movie. And I think that's
It's
so
true.
funny. I think it's so
Yeah.
funny. I'm sorry. I think it's hilarious. But honestly,
It
like
is, yeah.
We need to make this a
I-
movie.
I
This
yeah.
movie.
I cannot wait to talk about the Scream franchise with you guys because there's reasons
Me
I
too.
loved it. It's not my favorite. Don't get me wrong. I think I put it like third in my rankings. I don't even remember now. But I have
After the
problems
first
with it.
one.
I have qualms with it. But I think that there
Oh,
was
yeah.
a lot. It felt like a setup to a new trilogy, and it doesn't feel like it was wholly what they wanted to do yet. I will say that.
Mhm.
And I think that
Yeah.
this next one is going to be what they want to do. I think it's unfortunate that they're not willing to pay Nev Campbell more. And there's some
Mhm.
You
more
can't
news
have
around
come
that.
on.
They're pulling in
Yeah.
Samara
Can't have
Weaving, which
Scream
is their
without her.
golden
Come
girl.
on.
Yeah, the news
Come
that dropped
on.
today about Samara Weaving, just because she worked with them in Ready or Not, they're like, let's put her in Scream. And I think another cop out. I think they're just trying to put a big known actress into this because Nev Campbell's not going to be there. And they're like, let's get Hayden Panettiere, let's get Samara Weaving, and maybe
Well,
this movie
Hayden
will do
Hayden
well.
Panettiere approached them. It wasn't
Oh,
them
wow.
approaching her. She
Neither
approached
they.
them because she
saw the
wanted to
friends.
return. That's actually a really interesting story because she had some personal issues that she had to overcome. And I don't want to talk about them too deep because it's not my business to talk
You
about
can
that. But
Google it and see all that.
you can Google it. Yeah. She wanted to return to filmmaking and she thought that this was the best film to return to filmmaking with because it was a franchise that she felt so strongly for and a character that she adored so much and that resonated
for
with
her.
fans so much that she
That's
wanted to
fine.
come back as it. And I think it's great. And I'm glad that she's going to be back. I think that the reason that Samara Weaving got cast I don't think that has anything to do with Neve Campbell, personally. I think Samara Weaving is just incredibly talented, and I believe
She
that
is.
that is just how directors, writers, and teams work. They like to work with people that they know. And I bet that the reason it took so long to get announced is because they were probably not doing a good job of paying her either. That's my
Maybe.
guess.
Maybe.
And now
I
that
guess
Neve
it's both.
Campbell is not
It's
part of
both.
it, they bumped up her pay because
But it's not as
they're
much
not
as they
paying
have to
Neve
pay Neve
Campbell.
Campbell. But like, you can't. Come on, let's get
So
serious. You could not have a Scream
now
movie.
I am happy to
Come on.
criticize them
Come
for that,
on.
and I actually am holding Matt and Tyler pretty accountable for that. I think that's disgusting. They should have paid Neve
I think it's
Campbell more.
disgusting too.
It bothers the F out of me because I root
Yeah.
for them as directors. They're talented. I like what they're doing with horror with Ready or Not. That was fantastic.
Great
Samara
movie, great
Weaving,
movie.
fantastic. I'm glad Hayden Panettiere is coming back. Fantastic. I think Jenna Ortega is someone to watch. I'm glad that they kept that
Love
one
her.
dude. But I also have some other news that I want to discuss about Scream besides Samara Weaving. Do you guys want to finish talking about Samara Weaving?
I like Samara Weaving and I'm excited. I'm not trying to hate on Samara Weaving and I'm not trying to hate on Hayden Panettiere either. Like, I think they're both very talented, but I feel like they have like friggin' wedged her in here just to try to get people to watch this movie because after the announcement of Neve Campbell, I think that they were like, shit, we've messed up.
They
We
should
need to
just
get
pay her more.
somebody in here.
Get her back.
Well, they should, and I agree with you 100% that we need to
Yeah.
hold them accountable for doing that to Neve Campbell. That's ridiculous. This is a tactic to get people to watch the movie, I think. Because Samara Weaving's great. I love her. I think she's very talented. Yeah, I think she's great, but
it's so tough because I am such a hardcore Scream fan that like I feel like no matter what Scream movie comes out, no matter who makes it, even if it's at B-rated in the future, even if this franchise goes
I don't know
straight
how
to the
it's a
shitter, I feel like I would still watch every movie that came out in theater and support the franchise
me
just because
too.
I have
to be
to.
honest,
I
me
have
too.
to.
I
And I feel
would
like
too.
to some degree they know that.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
true for all of them, no matter what it is. All of the
Yeah.
franchises, all of them. They know that we're gonna go see it. I like it. I like it.
But-
I didn't love Halloween Kills. I didn't love the new Scream movie, but I'm gonna go see the next one, and I'm gonna have fun going to see it. That's
So
all
I'm gonna-
that really matters.
I'm
Absolutely.
going to ask a question, and it's going to preface this other news I want to talk about. I'm going to ask the question, and then I'll tell you guys the other news. Do you think that Sydney secretly is going to be in this movie?
No.
I don't think so.
Because there was that like unconfirmed discussion. That's not the news I'm talking about, but there was that unconfirmed like reports that she's secretly still in the movie, that she made a backyard deal or whatever. And that
I've seen other reports saying that no, she's not, and those were all just rumors. Could
I agree.
again just be
So I don't think she's going to be in it at all,
No.
and I agree with you on that. What about you, Emma?
No, I don't think so. But
It would be such a
I don't think
stupid
it
decision to
matters.
keep that a
I don't think it
secret
matters.
because they're losing
I don't know how this
viewers.
is a franchise, to be honest. I mean, the first couple are great. I mean that, but I
I
don't
know
mean
you
to,
do.
I say it as a jerk to be funny, but like it's fine, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's
So-
one of the strongest franchises in horror, so I find that really egregious.
No, is it?
Yeah, it is.
I'm so excited to do an episode on
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not that it isn't. It's just not my favorite. That's all. Personally, I really like Scream 1 and 2. Anyway,
Still the strongest, most consistent franchise in horror. All
no
right.
way.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street is the best franchise for sure. I don't.
Okay, so the news.
And then
Now
the
that we've
Evil Dead.
established that we are for sure, we don't think that Sydney's going to be in it.
Mhm.
Matthew Lillard came out in support of Neve Campbell and her exit from the franchise due to the
Yeah.
pay. Outright, loud and proud, supported her.
He's
King,
amazing.
great. Love you, Matthew Lillard. Fantastic. This also, to me, confirms that he's not going to be in the movie.
Oh, totally.
I-
I mean, that
I
would be
can
so
see that.
hypocritical.
It would be very
So-
hypocritical on his part.
It hurts
I
my
also-
He doesn't
heart.
seem like that kind of guy.
I love Stu Macher as a character. I love Matthew Lillard, and I was kind of anticipating to see him in Scream 2022, and then we didn't get him.
And they hinted to
And
it so fucking much throughout the
They
movie.
did hint to it, and I think
Hurt me.
they've lost it now. I think they've lost their chance to get him in the movie for it.
Oh, they could have
At
done
this
it this
point,
time
it would
around.
just be no. I don't think so. I think that because so many fans were expecting him in 5, and then they're if they did put him in 6, again, it's for a money grab. It's for him to just be there for the fans to
The
watch
whole
the
thing's
movie.
a money
So-
grab, and I don't mind
the-
that. I don't mind that. So is everything outside love. Okay, sequel. That's,
Fair.
you know who
Like-
said that? You know who said that? You know, our Lord and Savior Mike Flanagan is like pretty much every single sequel ever, which Jaws 2 was the one that really started doing that with horror movies. Anyway, he's our Lord and Savior Mike Flanagan said like it's like rare, it's super rare for any sequel to not be a cash grab.
And he did
And
a
he wasn't
prequel.
trashing them.
Yeah.
He wasn't trashing them. He was just saying it as a matter of fact thing.
Well,
As somebody that
that's-
made
You
a
don't make
prequel
a sequel unless it's going to make money, and you're sure it's going to ride the coattails of the
Right.
the predecessor. Like facts.
Yeah.
Well, what
I
he
just-
said,
just-
the
that's not
thing
my
he
problem
literally
with it.
said is that sequels are always the decision of studio accountants. So he didn't say cash grab is not the term he used.
Mhm.
That's true. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Business. Look, movies are a business. Sure.
They
Um,
are.
In Scream 5, they did so much referencing to Matthew Lillard's character,
Yeah.
to Stu Macher, even down to like the house and like, but that also isn't to me a reference of Stu Macher as much as it is a reference to Scream. So, but Stu Macher was name dropped and talked about so much to the point where like, how are you forgetting about Stu? It wasn't just Billy, Stu. He was brought up a lot to the point where I thought, okay, one of these killers is going to be Stu. Like that's what it felt like. And it got
I
so
was
far
really
into the
disappointed
movie
it
that
wasn't.
once we were like over halfway through the movie and we know that it's not Stu and there's no hinting of him being alive or like in a psych ward or any mentions of that, right? I thought, okay, he's not going to be a killer. And then the reveal happened. And I'm like, yeah, okay, so he's not the killer. But after that, when I heard that they were making Scream 6, I'm like, that was set up. That was set up because she has to go find out more about Billy and her dad. And she's going to do so by reaching out to Stu, who's in some sort of max security psych ward. That's
Yeah,
where
he's a
my
good
mind
source. He's totally
immediately went.
reliable.
Well, she's not looking to get reliability from like
No,
people
it makes
who
sense.
understand.
It makes total
It makes sense for
them
her
to do that.
character if you like after watching that movie for her to do something like that. And I
can't
have
hurt
no
to
other
try.
idea where they would take a character who's seeing her dead father serial
You know
killer.
what's crazy to me is that you
And I don't know
like
how they're
that
gonna
movie, but
sustain
you
that.
don't like Malignant. You like Scream 6, but you don't like Malignant. It's crazy to me.
I don't think that's crazy.
Bringing
disagree.
Hayden Panettiere into Scream 6 and then now kind of overshadowing her with Samara Weaving. How do we feel about that? Like, I feel like all the fans really wanted to see Kirby come back, and then now they've brought in Samara Weaving, and like, what is she gonna do? Is she gonna be a ghost?
I don't think it overshadows her. I'm hoping Samara
do.
replaces Sam. Because Sam
Oh.
was so underwhelming as a main
She
protagonist.
was.
And
She
people
was.
out like nobody liked her. Everybody liked Jenna Ortega. Everybody liked Tara. Nobody liked Sam. I'm hoping they kill off Sam in the opening scene and Samara Weaving becomes the protagonist.
Interesting. But I wonder how
And
they're gonna
Hayden
wedge her in the
and-
story.
Why couldn't
They're
Kirby
going
be
to
the
college. They're
protagonist?
going to New York. Because Kirby's going to be the professor of film studies in New York. That's my
But
guess.
she can't be both? Be the protagonist and the director of the story?
Oh no, she's replacing Dewey's arc.
No, okay.
So Dewey was the aged wise goofball, and she's the aged wise been there done that. Not so much goofball, but more like tough girl.
So they don't want to do anything different. Okay, that's fine with me. It's fine. I'll watch it.
That's-
I'll have fun.
That's literally the point of the Scream franchise. It's a formula.
See, I think that's
I'm
why this
baiting
one,
you, you know.
I know.
Baiting you. Just like
If
the
I-
Scream franchise.
Just like the
I am
Scream
baiting
franchise.
you. Although it
if
is
I
a little
can call
true,
the
what I say.
killers, if I can call the killers in the first 10 minutes like I did in this last one, I'm gonna be ticked right off. Because it was so predictable. I hated it.
I can tell you, I bet you I know exactly who the killers are going to be.
Ooh,
You know,
we should
this
talk about that
movie
in our
is
episode.
Just about you guys, fans like you guys. That's what this next.
Oh,
movie is
also,
about.
here's one more little quick prediction that I have before we do talk about this, because I don't know if any other news is going to leak between now and then, and I don't want people to
No.
think I got it from other news. But I'm pretty sure that again, Kirby's going to be like a film studies professor or guest speaker about her book or something, and that's how it's going to connect her and Gail Weathers. They're going to have some great banter, kind of like Jennifer and Gail had in Scream 3. And then on top of that, we're going to get a very similar film studies scene that we got in Scream 2 when they went to college, because the Meek twins are obviously going to be going to college about movies, right?
Yeah.
Because they're obsessed with film. just like
Yeah.
their uncle. So they're
Well,
going to go to school
Mindy
for
is.
that. They're going to end up in a classroom. We're going to have a mirrored scene, like that film studies class scene. And the
It's
killer is
like
gonna
Scream
be
2, but with exclamation points.
Exactly. Lazy.
exact. That's not it's formula. It's formula. The killer is going to be in that scene. That's all I'm going to say. All right.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be Mickey.
Just like Mickey.
We're gonna get another
Yeah.
Mickey. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey,
Boo.
Mickey, you're so fun.
Lazy.
And I'm going
Come on,
to
you
eat
blow my
it
mind,
up.
Mickey.
Eat it up. I
You might as
can't
well
wait.
just watch Scream 2. Like, why are we
Hey,
getting
I'm-
It makes
Hey,
it
as
fills
much as
my
I'm
heart
playing
with joy. If that
too.
happens, it fills my heart with joy when that happens. I feel like I literally like got what I ordered.
No, so like as much as I'm like saying I'm not a big Scream fan, blah blah blah, I'm gonna go to this movie. I'm gonna get excited. I'm gonna have fun watching it, even if it's not great. I'm all for everything, all of it. I don't
I'm definitely
care
gonna
that
watch
it's decided by studio accountants. I don't care. I'm there to have fun. So like that's it. That's how it is.
All right. I
It's
agree.
alright.
Gonna
It's
be hard
alright.
on
It's
it, though.
alright.
I'm
It's
gonna
Are
be
alright.
you
hard on it.
ready to watch and react to Orphan First Kill?
Let's
Born
do
ready
it.
for First Kill. Born ready.
Okay.
You're lucky I'm doing this because I don't watch trailers anymore. This is
Thank
like
you for
Alright.
doing.
you guys are
Thank you
pushing
for
me.
doing this for us. Thank you.
In here, we found your daughter.
Yeah, I
She's
don't like her.
alive.
I love Julia Stiles. Love her.
We have a child therapist that she'll be working with.
I can have
4
a crush
years
on
is
her.
a long time. What she needs right now is her family. Mister? Sweetheart, it's mommy.
Ugh.
They did something to her face. Obviously, they de-aged her some.
Lifted just
Yeah,
as it
Yeah,
was.
to make her
have
seem
things
younger.
to
It's
say.
weird.
I
I have
Weird.
things to say.
miss my family.
She's so great.
Our goal here is helping Esther acclimate back into life within the family unit.
It's like 23 or something. It's like
Oh, she's older than that.
She's like 30.
I think something's going on with Esther.
Oh, instead of spiders, it's rats. I love the painting.
yeah,
But
it's
she's
actually really good.
a better painter in this film. That's a prequel.
That's the point. It's getting to that.
Thank you, honey.
I did notice some inconsistencies. To me, it felt like a performance.
That's cool.
I love the paintings.
You're not
Yeah,
Esther.
the
Who
paintings
are
are cool.
Mommy, I made it for you.
No. Nope.
She
Let your
looks older
whole
right there.
heart break
Yep.
a little. That's the story of. That's the story of.
This is giving way too much away. This is the whole movie.
We're sorry. We made her watch this. We made her watch this.
No matter what.
So that's the movie.
That's the
whole
whole
thing.
movie.
I love the blacklight art.
Why am I so angry
Oh,
on this
damn.
episode?
I don't know. I'm actually not into this one either. I'm really
I'm-
disappointed.
I'm very for one, they're supposed to be de-aging her, and she looks older in this than she did in the first one.
Much
How are they-
older, right?
How did they think they were going to de-age her enough for a prequel? I don't know
It
how
would have
they
been
thought
better
this
to
was a
just
good
get
idea.
another little girl.
They
I
should.
mean,
They should have.
Yeah,
I-
some of the images
not a
you could
fan.
see that it's de-aged and she does look
Yeah.
younger, but then there's moments where like she handed her the drink and she's like, "I made it for you, mommy." She looks clearly. She almost looks like she's standing like on her knees. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
like she looked really unproportioned to her height and like she looked older. Like it
And
was
it's
bizarre.
her
too
face looks
distracting. It's-
creepy.
It's very well that kind of fits it, but it's distracting.
No, but
like,
she
that's
looks
the-
like unhuman. Like it makes
Yeah.
the de-aging makes her look like creepily unhuman in some scenes. Anyways, that was in there. That gave away the whole movie. This is why I don't watch trailers anymore.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we know what's going to happen because we're told in the other orphan film what happened. Like,
but we know
we
exactly
know what
how
happened.
it's gonna happen too. Like,
Yeah,
we
we
know
don't- we-
exactly how too.
It's true.
But-
Well, we get
Yeah.
pictures and paintings. She paints it all. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but so
don't know.
I have the first orphan movie. I watched it once. It was okay. But I had to say, I had no interest in the second one, but the trailer looks pretty decent to me. I actually do have more of an interest to see it, oddly enough, to be honest.
I wasn't excited about this movie. That's why I didn't have a problem watching the trailer this time today for our video. Because I'm with you, Crystal. I try to avoid trailers sometimes. I started
Yeah.
watching this one. I could tell that it was already like telling everything. You can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know when she's gonna kill, who she's gonna kill. It's very clear.
Mhm.
I feel like there's maybe a red herring in there. Someone interrupts her and she doesn't end up killing him.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. But
It was based on
she
a real
looks
story,
weird.
you know.
Sort of. Yeah, sort of. The story is similar to what they just depicted, except for she doesn't go trying to seduce the father and murder them.
No, I mean a real
Like
of a grown woman that was adopted as a child
yeah.
is the story.
Yeah, and that she was weird and like
Yeah, she didn't kill anybody, I don't think.
yeah, no, and she was missing all her teeth and used like dentures and stuff, and they figured that out, and they thought it was like just a degenerative disease or something.
How do you not know it's not a child? I don't know. There's something very specific about not being a child. I don't know.
Yeah,
Children
well,
are
she
smart,
had
but
like
there's a certain level of like just the way someone reacts. I don't
she
know.
had
I'm
one
not a
of those
mom, but
she had one of those birth what are they one of those disorders
yeah, I don't
remember.
remember
that made her
exactly,
look
but it was some kind
childlike.
of. But she was smart though. I mean, she was intentionally pretending to be a child.
I wasn't excited about this movie. I'm even less excited about it, but I really like
was.
her. She's
You
great.
were?
The
You like the
actress,
first one?
Isabel Furman is great. Yeah.
yeah, Isabel
I
Furman's
like her
great.
a lot. Yeah.
You like the first one, Crystal?
I did like the first one. It's not
Mhm.
like my favorite movie ever, but I've been looking forward to First Kill because I was really excited to see the storyline play out prior to Orphan, and I
Yeah.
wanted to see the de-aging. I wanted to see her. I wanted to see how they were going to do it. I was very intrigued, but seeing that trailer, it's made me much less excited.
I think
Talk about a
de-aging
cash
or
grab.
super aging a character like an ex, it was distracting to me. I think unless it's for like a brief scene, dramatically changing the age of somebody one way or the other is always distracting. It's just like we're
It is.
not there. Even when it's well done, like X, it was very well done. And
Even yeah, it has
but
to be a
it's
secondary character, not a main
or
character.
like it's brief or like I know you did too, Justine. I don't know about you, Crystal. I love the new Suspiria, but the Tilda Swinton as an old man was very distracting. It's not a giveaway. She plays a totally different character. So
Yeah.
Making people older in movies is a lot easier because the special effects makeup you can
And you can
pull
do
off a lot
practical
more
effects.
practical effects. Yeah, like you can do a
Yeah.
lot more with it. De-aging, very tricky to pull off.
Especially
something about
nowadays.
just bone structure changes. It's just
Yeah.
It's difficult because unlike like if we were just doing a video and we put a filter on all of us to make us look better and we adjusted the viewing, the lighting, something, it
my
affects
light is
all
very
of us,
soft right
right?
now. It's very soft right now. My light is very flat right now. I have a very
Yeah, but the point is that you're on a separate camera and it's affecting just you, but it's also affecting your entire environment.
Yeah.
When you do a movie like this and they're trying to de-age a character, they're trying to de-age just that character. So they're trying to do isolated effects on just one little person throughout the course of an entire freaking movie.
The whole movie, yeah.
And it's not even like a first time movie. And it's not Tom Cruise level. This is a prequel of a movie that some people liked a lot and some people liked a moment of. Like I think most people talk about Orphan because of the twist and her performance. That's it. The movie itself, like it's The Good Son with a girl.
The Good Son was okay too. It's like it's a good movie, but it's not that great. I liked it. Macaulay Culkin was really good in that though.
Yeah, and Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood too. They both were good.
Who is the mom? She had to choose between her son, her own son, and another kid. That's an ending.
Yeah. Now that's
that's a movie.
An ending. That's the way you end a movie.
This trailer didn't do much for me. I don't mind Julia Stiles though. Like I know you're saying you don't like her. I think she's quite good in things, but
I think she's good.
Yeah,
I don't like her.
I have a little.
I don't buy it. I don't like her
see.
face either.
I love her face.
I don't like her face. Whoa!
What's wrong with her face?
I don't know. I don't like it. Let us know in the comments below, and in our Discord if you join it. What you guys think of these trailers? Are you excited for the Munsters? Are you excited for Orphan First Kill? What did you think of the Scream news?
What do you think of Scream in general? Do you want to see us do our Scream episodes sooner or wait?
Do you want us to wait for Scream 6? Would you guys like us to do a Rob Zombie breakdown?
Guys, please request for me to make Justine watch a lot of B movies.
And
I would try to
compilation.
pick ones that I think that you like. I wouldn't just pick random ones that I.
Oh,
just, like,
you mean
what
you
do
wouldn't
like?
pick something like, I don't know,
Husk?
Shark Exorcist?
No, I haven't seen it.
Hated.
I haven't seen it.
Listen, you have to go finish it.
Not only did I not finish it, and not only did she recommend it, but she wants me to finish it.
It was Crystal. It wasn't me. I haven't seen it.
I know.
I needed somebody else to live through this with me. I cannot be by myself.
I'm glad that we both lived through Sharks of the Corn.
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 If you guys like this video and our previous videos, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you can get notified of our latest episodes. And if you prefer to listen to our voices only and you don't want to look at us, I mean, sometimes
We get it. It's fine.
If you hate our faces.
if you hate our faces
Like
and you don't want to see these awesome trailers and clips, you can also listen to us and we can marinate in your ear holes through our audio podcast,
Ooh,
which is available everywhere.
That sounds like an infection.
Marinate in your ear. It does.
We're gonna marinate and infect your ear holes.
Ew. I'm just picturing like a goopy ear mess. Ooh, I don't want to think about it. Gross.
Marinate.
Marinate.
Bye, guys.